Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris. Foam rolling the larger muscle groups of the body frequently will support joint range of motion and help prevent injuries. When you feel tight and inflexible, this is a perfect way to loosen up and get moving more freely. There are 4 key areas we will focus on in this video. I personally feel they are an important part of an active lifestyle. So let's get started. We're going to get into the main muscle groups, get a deep foam roll and a stretch to get things loosened up and ready to go. So let's start with our glutes. So go ahead or the butt muscles, we're going to sit up on the roller, nice and tall, feet flat, knees bent. Now we're going to start with the left side, because usually most people are right dominant, but some people are left. So for those lefties out there, lean into that left arm. Lean onto that left glute, feet flat. We're going to roll to the top of the glute and to the bottom, getting the glute medius, minimus, maximus, all of those areas, just rolling them out. Really lean into it. Try to relax the body as you roll over that glute. Then you're going to find the middle of the glute, and you're going to pull that left ankle over that right thigh and open up that left knee. And then roll to the top of that glute and to the bottom. Now we try to smile and relax as we're doing this. Maybe you're finding some speed bumps, roadblocks I call them. Let's pull that left knee in a little tighter. Maybe hold on to the back of it. So we're pulling that tissue through that glute, getting that rotation of that hip, and it will get us deeper into maybe that piriformis. Nice and deep. So if you find a spot, a trigger spot, just stop and pause and rotate. So the glutes are one of the main stabilizers for the back. If the glute's not working properly or there's tight or issues going on, you could have some back issues because it's pulling things out of alignment. So it's super important to roll those glutes. We're going to release that leg, and then we're just going to transition to the other side. So we're going to lean onto the right glute, feet flat, right hand on the floor, and you're going to roll to the top and the bottom of that butt cheek. And just notice the difference here. I'm going to turn around so I can see your lovely faces. Keep rolling, top and the bottom. So if you are right dominant, now you might be finding some more trigger points in your glute muscles on the right side. Then we're going to pause in the middle, bring that right ankle over the left thigh, open up the knee, and then roll again. So now we're getting a little deeper, getting a little rotation in there. And then maybe bring the hand behind the knee, give it a pull towards the chest, and roll some more. If it's too intense, you do not have to pull the knee. You don't even have to cross that leg. Go what feels comfortable to you. If you sit on your glutes a lot during the day at a desk job or you're driving a lot, this is so important to keep things loosened up. So as we roll that tissue, we are bringing, again, oxygen, blood flow, nutrients, hydration's the key right there. So then we're going to release that leg, and we're going to slide off the front of the roller. Go ahead and let it sit behind you. We're just going to straighten out those legs. Now we rolled the left side first, so we're going to pull the left foot in and across the right thigh. And we're just going to hug it in nice and tight, flex that right foot straight out on the floor, and lift as tall as you can. So you're really hugging that left knee in, and then twist through the base of your spine and try to turn to your left, getting deeper into that left glute. Now if you want a little deeper stretch, you can always bend that right leg if that's doable for your legs. Don't force it. If you bend it and the leg can't cross and has to go here, keep the leg straight. It just helps get a little deeper stretch. So as you're holding this stretch and lifting and twisting towards your left thigh, that whole glute, piriformis, everything we just rolled is pulling in hydration. It's getting the tissue what it needs so it can heal. This is a great push to the body to stay a little healthier and prevent injury. Now we're going to release that leg. Go and straighten them both out. Make sure we find our posture again, sit up tall, and then we're going to pull the right leg in, and we're going to the other side. So you're going to pull it across the left thigh, wrap that left arm around, hug the knee, sit up tall. You can use the right hand behind you as a kickstand and just feel that nice stretch. Maybe that's good for you. Maybe you can bend that left leg and bring it close. If it doesn't go, that's okay again. And notice the difference if you're feeling different tension compared to the other side. Maybe it's more in the back, depending on what you have going on. Try not to force anything. Lift through the spine. As we sit up taller, you're going to feel more of a stretch through that glute. Relax those shoulders. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out. And you want this to feel good. You want a minimum stretch. Hold for 10 seconds. 20 is better, 30's even better than that. And you can keep holding for another minute if you'd like. But for time's sake, we're going to release and we're going to move on. So next we're going to go to the calf stretch, back of the thigh. So 4 areas we're getting today. So moving on, bringing the legs on top of the roller. So we started on the left glute, so now we're going to start on the right calf, just to switch things up a little. Hands behind the back, cross your left ankle over your right calf, or right ankle, excuse me, you can't cross it over the calf, the shin. Then you're going to bend and straighten. Now we're going to go a little deeper. If you are able to lift your body and glide it from the knee back down to the ankle with the right toe facing the ceiling, option, if that's hard, you can always push your foot on the floor, the left foot to help you, or you can stay with your hips on the floor and just bend and straighten and work your way up. Then you're going to draw your leg to the right, tilt to the right butt cheek, your body weight, and then same thing, draw your body up and down the right side of the back of that calf. If you can add an ankle rotation, even better. We really get in there. You can pin and rotate as you move. If you have a spot and you need to push down and hold and rotate, that's fine. And then rotate to the left of the back of that calf, so the inside edge of your right calf, the left side. Slide the body up and down. Great work for your upper body and your core if you lift your body. Add that rotation of the ankle, or again, just sit and bend and straighten if that's more doable for your body. And when we're done with that, we are going to go to the other leg. So we're going to go to the left calf, cross that right leg over the left, and again, bend and straighten. Test it out first. If you can, just lift the body, glide from the ankle all the way towards the knee. If you have some rotation of the ankle that is doable, you can always stay on those hips and just bend and straighten. So just giving options here, but just getting in deep. If you find a trigger point or a tender spot, you just pause and rotate that ankle. And then tilt to the left, and then glide it along. You can also do this laying on your back. If you have wrist issues or anything going on in the shoulder that prohibits you from lifting your body, if it's challenging, rotate that ankle or bend and straighten. And then do the inside edge. Tilt or turn that leg to the right and rotate and glide. Just a great way, again, think of it as like rinsing and rehydrating a sponge on your sink. That's kind of what we're doing with the tissue of that lower leg. Squishing out anything that shouldn't be there and putting new fresh blood in there. Get those juices going. Then when we are done with both calves, if you're still working on it, take your time. We're going to transition to the stretch part. So after we roll, we want to stretch and hydrate. So you're going to come onto all fours. One option is to just press the legs back. You can even go into a full plank. You can go on your elbows, or best even go upside down into an upside down V or downward facing dog, and just first start pedaling out, walking those feet. So the tissue, the fascia from your calf wraps down around your heel into the bottom of your feet. So your feet are really going to enjoy this too. Really bend and straighten those knees, rotate those hips. And then we want to hold that stretch. So you're going to press your right heel to the floor, cross your left foot over the right ankle. And once you're paused here, I want you to rotate and drop your hips gently side to side. And so you're rotating all the way down through that right ankle. And the leg is straight. Now I want you to bend your right knee slightly so your heel is definitely off the floor, and then rotate those hips again all the way down through the ankle. So you're getting into the Achilles tendon, that soleus, really loosening things up. And then we'll switch legs. So press that left heel down, take your right foot across the left ankle, leg is straight, and then start to shift your hips gently side to side. Don't forget to press into your palms on the floor, relax your shoulders a little. Feel free to be on your elbows if you need to, and you can do this on a chair with your arms on a chair. Then you're going to bend your left knee and then rotate those hips again all the way down through the ankle. So that foot is moving just gently side to side. Notice where you have tension. And then we will release all the way down. So glutes, calves, two main areas. And then we're going to quads. This is my favorite area, and I would say this is probably more important than the calves even, depending on what your activity level is and what you do. But I wouldn't say skip the calves just because of that. So for quads, you're going to go into an elbow plank, and you're going to bring that roller right above the knees. Now we're going to gently move our body forward and back 1 inch. Trying to relax the whole time and smile while you do this. Use that core, pull the shoulders away from the ears, and then after rolling forward and back about 4 times, you can go more than 4 if you want, you're going to walk the elbows back 1 inch so that roller moves up the thigh 1 inch. So after quads, we have one more area, and that will be the upper back. But you want to really focus on those quads. So one of the reasons I think quads is, besides glutes, quads and glutes, most important area, one of the 4 areas, is because it connects to the hip and the knees. And if it gets tight, oh my goodness, what can happen? We sit, they get short and tight. We sit a lot at our desks, eating, driving. If you're a very active person, if you're running, hiking, playing a sport, cycling, your quads get tight. Well, they get tight, it can pull our hips out of alignment. It can pull our knees especially out of alignment. So when you get towards the top of those quads, try bending and straightening the knees. Bending and straightening. Then we're going to bend the knees and hold them up. Relax your shoulders. Try to engage the core. And then draw your body back down to the knees and then back up to the hips. Adjust those elbows. And then one more time, and then when you get back to the knees, I want you to slowly straighten out your legs and then draw the whole body slowly backwards as that roller really slowly moves up your thighs. So there might be a lot of tender spots on those quads. Get to the middle of your quads and pause there, and then I want you to drop your hips and roll your body weight to the right. Just to the right, and then gently move forward and back. And then move upward, walk your elbows back so you're leaning to the right, you're getting more to the right quad. And then gently come back to the middle, drop your hips to the left. So your right knee bends just slightly and move forward and back 1 inch. So the middle and upper quads, biggest part of that tissue, that it just has a big job, those upper quad areas. We're working our way up towards the upper left quad, and then move your body back to the middle of the quad. Good, and then rock your body side to side. You can have your toes tucked or relaxed. And then walk your body forward so the roller goes back down towards your knees, and continue rocking your body side to side. And just notice if there's anything going on right there above the knees. Sometimes it feels like you're rolling over a cord, like cords. It's so tight. And then slide backwards, and you're going to slide all the way off the back of your roller. And you're going to separate your knees, feet together. Now let's stretch those quads. We're going to do 2 different stretches. One to get it really nice and stretched over those knees, and also stretch out the back. So leaning into it to a child's pose, hands on the roller, draw your head towards the floor. Take a deep breath in and out and really relax into this. And then come up. Now we have one more. Let's stretch those quads by laying on our belly. This is a fabulous stretch for the quads and can help keep them really healthy and the knees more mobile, as well as our hips and our hip flexors. So you're going to bring your right hand under your chin, and then you're going to reach your left hand back and bend your left knee and hold on to your left foot. Now if you can't reach your foot, this is where a strap or a belt or a towel can work. And you just pull your heel towards your glute, your butt, and then draw your knees together if you can. Now, if you cannot reach your foot and you don't have something to hold on to it with, an option, and if your knee doesn't bend that far, lay on your right side and just bring your left foot behind you and place it on the floor, and then push your hip forward. So you're really still stretching into that hip flexor, and that's what you want to stretch when you roll those quads. You want to get that hip flexor, which is the place where the thigh and the hip meet. You want to stretch it out. And when that's tight, it makes those hips rotate down, which can pull on that low back. Now we're going to release the left leg, and we're going to the right. So you're going to bring your left hand under your chin. Reach back, grab your right foot. Now again, you might notice a difference. Maybe you've had some knee issues on one side and one knee bends better than the other. Don't beat yourself up. Just make adjustments, and take precautions on what feels good to you. Again, you can always lay on your left side and bring that right foot behind you and push the hip up. So the more you practice this, the easier it's going to get. I've talked to a lot of people that I've had do these particular quad stretches, rolling and stretching like this, consistently for a couple weeks, and they've made huge progress in their range of motion of their knees and lessen their knee pain. So that's a great one. Go ahead and release that foot, and we're going to come all the way back up. If you have any issues going on with your back from stretching that area, always feel free to take a child's pose again. So from here, we're going to move into upper back. And I have a bonus for you when we're done with the upper back. One last area that a lot of people skip, and it just feels so good. But again, these are the main areas, and then the bonus area. So you're going to roll all the way back, so your shoulder blades are on the roller, and the roller is going right across those shoulder blades. Now, if you have long hair, be careful because the roller will eat your hair, so you want to make sure it's out of the way. If you have a ponytail or a long jacket or shirt or baggy shirt, it will grab it underneath. Fingertips behind the ears. Now I want you to move your body forward so the roller goes a little higher on those shoulder blades. Keep your hips on the floor and see if you can let your upper body start to melt into the roller, almost like you're curving your body over that roller. And then lift your head up, look between your knees, slide your body up about an inch forward so the roller moves down your shoulder blades just about an inch, and then try that again. Curve over the back. Just testing where your range of motion is. If you have pain in any of that, you're probably too low on the shoulder blades with those hips down. So then we're going to roll the upper back. You're going to lift the hips, and you're going to roll to the top and to the bottom of the shoulder blades. We do not roll the low back. That's a whole nother issue. We want to avoid any pressure on that low back because there's no rib cage to support, and there's nothing to support those lower vertebrae. Now we're going to bring our elbows in together and the fingertips behind the head, and you're going to tilt your chin towards your chest and roll again. So this is going to make the muscles along the spine come out a little deeper. So when we get into the upper back here, just loosening things up, especially if you've been sitting, our lifestyle, we tend to have more of a forward rounding posture. And then from here, bring your elbows wide again. Come to the middle of the shoulder blades. You can lower your hips and tilt to the left into that armpit, and then gently cross over, rotate to the right, and then back to the left. Now, option, you can lift your hips off the floor when you do this and add a little more pressure getting into each side. You can even go to one side and do a little gentle up, down 1 inch. It's just a good, quick, easy way to get into the upper back and the shoulder blade area that gets so tight they can pull on our neck and get us into a bad posture. So we want to keep our posture nice by rolling these areas, and then lower the hips. And then you're going to slowly push yourself up. Now from here, we roll this. We want to stretch that area. So let's hug the knees into the chest, lift up nice and tall, tuck your chin slightly, and then start to lean a little ways away from those knees, pulling the back away, feeling the stretch. And the nice thing is when you roll the back like that, it helps the chest as well. So then what we're going to do is releasing the arms, walk the feet forward, hold underneath your thighs, sit up tall. Now pull your elbows back towards your rib cage and open the chest. Take a deep breath in. So now the back is a little more prepared for the chest to open up and get a nice stretch, so we can take a deep breath in and out. And then release and round. And inhale, lift, belly to thighs. Head is looking forward, and last one, round. And then sit up tall and release. Bonus is coming up next. So we got those 4 areas: glutes, calves, quads, and upper back. So the bonus area is the neck. So you're going to lay all the way back down onto the roller like a pillow. You can do this anytime, like before or after. Even going to bed at night or right when you get up in the morning, this is a great one to just release any tension in that neck. Now, whether you have a wide or a long or short roller, bring your arms wide. Now you're going to bring the roller a little higher so you can feel that your neck vertebrae is not touching the roller. I want you to drop your head to the left and bring your chin to your chest, and then lift your chin away and back down and lift it away. So you're massaging right along that occipital bone, the edge, the very back bony part behind the ear there. And you can even nod no, massage along there. Now keeping your head to the left, I want you to bring that roller a little lower so it's right below the bony part. So it's more in the muscle on next to the vertebrae, and just nod yes and no. And you don't want to press so hard that you're cutting off any kind of blood supply. You want it to feel good, like you're getting a massage. So this is a great way, these areas, basically we just massage the different main areas of the body that can get restricted, and it can inhibit our mobility and our freedom and how we just feel every day. And then very slowly release the pressure. And I want you to adjust your head to the right, going up a little higher so the roller is behind the ear on the bony part of the neck. No vertebrae is touching. And then drop the chin to the chest and then lift. And then you can nod no. And then bring that roller a little lower with your head tilted to the right. Find the muscle there, like right behind that ear, like below and behind it, not on the neck, or not on the vertebrae of the neck. and then nod a little yes and a no. And that can get so tight, that area, the back of the neck, and cause tension, headaches. So we want to make sure we try not to have that happen. And once you feel like you've had plenty, you can bring your head to neutral, but bring the roller higher up to the middle of your head. So the back of your head is on the roller, and you are looking up at the sky or the ceiling. So if you were roll your head to the side, the roller would be above your ear, way above. So it's way in the back of your head. So you can drop your head side to side. It's a great massage for the fascia of your skull. Get the blood flowing. And then back to center, and then drop your chin to your chest. So you're stretching out through the back of the neck. And then lift the head to neutral. And then release the arms from the roller. You can hug your knees, and then we're going to roll ourselves all the way up. And you're going to sit again nice and tall with your knees in front of you and your feet on the floor. We're going to make two fists. We're going to slide the hands underneath the thighs, or you can interlace your fingers, and you're going to sit up as tall as you can. So you're really going to feel that stretch pulling down through the shoulder and neck muscles. Maybe walk the feet forward. And then once you're there, tuck your chin just slightly, and then turn your head to the right and the left, side to side, a couple times. Not forcing anything. And then back to center, and then right ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. And then the opposite. And then back to center. And then a couple big shoulder rolls, up, back, and down. Pull the elbows up, and then circle back and down. And you might even feel a stretch all the way through the front of the chest, that clavicle. Big shoulder rolls. And then go ahead and have a seat, crossing those legs nice and tall. So you got those four main areas. So if you're in a hurry, those are the areas that you want to foam roll very often. If you have other areas that are a little tender, inner thigh, shins, those are ones you can work on at a different time. And then the bonus neck stretch, before, after, morning, night, all the time. Sit up nice and tall. Check in with your posture. All these will help maintain our posture. Take a deep breath in, reach those arms up. Exhale, palms to heart space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.